So hello friends, now I start a series of 1, 2, 3 ABC steps to show you how easy it is to work with this combination. And some people have asked, well, is the Health Navigator not doing the same? Yes, it's doing the same, but I'm using this here because it's really, I prefer this package, and I would recommend everybody to get this package instead of putting the Health Navigator on top, because the Health Navigator is made to work with the software, and it has this informational imprinting plates on top. And here we have really made it match with the laser, so you have those two scales here which show you actually what is coming out, whereas with the Health Navigator you don't see this, and you always have to adjust with the knobs on top too. So this is really the very best package, and we have a very good price for the combination of the two. But now I want to show you the homeopathic mode. And what is homeopathic mode? It means we just feed back the person's own frequencies without any inversion, without any addition from the core system, without any addition of some other stimulation frequency. So it's the most simple one, but I can say, and what we see now with many people, it's the most amazing way of using the core, the laser biorésonance system. So for this you switch here the inversion into off, and then you use this knob here. That's the knob that actually determines how much goes to the client's electrode. In this case I'm using a head electrode. So before you do anything, turn this to the left. That's the most important thing, because this laser, of course, the worst situation would be you give maximum 14 volts. That's something that's not even considered tense. A tense device is only considered a tense device from 50 volts upwards. So according to until now established energy medicine, you would almost not feel any voltage of 14 volts unless they are really resonant. And here with the laser biorésonance system we really create resonance all the time. So it's not that you have to find a resonant frequency, it's always the resonant frequency, because you take the frequencies from the person's body himself. So that's why you will see, you will have patients, and I have seen almost every, especially woman, that can only tolerate maybe 1 or 2 volts, and everything more is too frightening, is too intense. So you have here a completely new world of energy medicine. For this reason, turn this knob always when you start to the very left. That's the most important, and that's the only safety precaution you have to do. And again, if you forget it, well, you maybe give the person a shock and he runs away, but he will not be damaged in any way. So now you have this in the off position. That means you're in the non-inversion, in the homeopathic mode. Then this amplification, you start with position 1, and here this switch up here, which determines therapy, diagnostic, biofield, you have in the therapy position. And then you have 2 electrodes connected to the person's body to read the frequencies. And this is again very up to you where you put those frequency reading electrodes. Again, it's not like conventional biorésonance, which is really not doing any energetic work, where they say you put them on a mat and this mat is reading the frequencies. It's not possible. It's against any physical law that you can read, that you can have a current running just with 1 electrode. You need always 2 polarities to close a circuit. Here I'm using the 2 mats. That's a very standard way to do it, I think, because I'm reading the voltage between the 2 halves of the body. You could also take the 2 wrist electrodes that we have now. Don't worry about any metals. That's also old homeopathic superstition that you have to take off every metal, every ring, every... So that's really something you can do without any belief. It works. If you believe it or not, you will feel it. If you believe it or not, it's a new form of energy medicine, and it's measurable. It has an output on the back where you can attach an oscilloscope or a voltage meter. You can see and read what you feel. So again, this is to the very left. Now I turn up this knob in position 1 and see if I can pick up and amplify any signal from between my feet. I go all the way to the position 9 here, nothing. So nothing comes up, nothing shows up here, and then I can leave it like this and turn it up 1 position to the factor 10, nothing there, and then 100, and you see here it's full scale, so we possibly don't want to have the orange light come up, because then we go a little bit above the range. In order to turn this down, you turn now this knob to the left, and see now here it goes off. So this is a resonance phenomena. So it's a very little. So now you see the orange lamp LED is a little bit less. So again, that's about right. That's the point where you're not totally over the range. And now this is in factor 100, because between the feet usually you don't have much voltage. It's in the milli, or usually more in the microvolt range. So imagine we are having a very powerful amplification system that also is, these are shielded cables, so it's all shielded. So now we actually determine how much comes here to my head, and for this to do, I'll just turn up the right knob. And especially if you apply frequencies to the head, be careful, because here's a very sensitive area. So I turn this up slowly, and now you see I'm having here 1 volt, and that's usually already enough for many people. You can turn it up more. So Kiran is already used to all this. So you have like here 3 volt, and that's about good. In the homeopathic mode, most people don't feel much, because it's your own frequencies, and it's very different to when we go into the inversion mode or the DLE mode, where you have a strong reaction of the body. In the homeopathic mode, it's very, very pleasant, generally. And I say the best way is to tell people, close your eyes, and then also hug yourself, and maybe even go down and have this fetal position, like going back to the time when you were in the uterus and you had all this connection of yourself and with the bigger environment. So when you do this and you have the client on this homeopathic mode, don't talk to the person, because it's always felt to be disturbing. Because what this is doing, it's creating a resonance to yourself, to your eigen frequencies. And this is the very best way to create again the central connection to yourself. That's what I say is the main thing that is missing in people today, and all the time, always. And that's why they get sick, because they don't feel themselves anymore. And when we were children, we would do this, and then our mother said, no, you don't do this, or we stick our finger in the nose. Mother says, don't do this anymore. So we're getting disconnected from ourselves, from our sensual experience, and this is the way which will replace all these other ways to get a sensual experience of yourself, which is all usually replacement therapies, like for example smoking. It's a replacement therapy for a sense of doing this. This is the way to sense yourself without any negative side effects. And I'm talking now, but I can see already it gets more difficult to talk, because I don't want to talk. I want to feel myself. I want to have this connection to myself. And that's what you should allow the patient, at least 10-15 minutes, or as long as they want, and you have this in a different room, and you don't need a computer in addition. So it's really a standalone system, and I would say it's this system that you should start with anything in our Health Navigator family of products, because it's so simple to use and it's so versatile. So today I showed you only the homeopathic mode, and I'll show you more next time about the other amazing possibilities with the laser.